can kind of see from this, if you just press right-click the nation, IntelLedger, you'll get this kind of map mode where you can kind of see where the industry is very concentrated, and that would be super useful for us once we eventually want to bomb the shit out of them.
Okay.
Welcome another week of Well Wednesday with Fiona, and learn how to play Hearthstone 4. So yeah, we're going to continue with the save. Once again, I'm going to be a bit more in control than Fiona. But next time, I'm going to let the reins loose, and you're going to handle the war against Germany. Yeah, we're just going to continue the game right now, and hopefully I can give you a pretty good setup for eventually dealing out the vengeance of the United Kingdom. Okay, so where exactly were we? We are doing service overseas, get down to the proper focus, because UK always beneficial to just get those research logs. You're nice, you're safe, you're secure, you don't have to focus too much on the army. So you can just build up, tech up, and take care a bit more. You're getting both the heavy fighter and the, let's see, strategic bomber right here. Yes, cool.
Yep.
If we're not, no, this is still slightly ahead of time. We have all the research checks we possibly might want. Very good. Support company. So we do want at least field hospitals and logistics. Even though we are United Kingdom, our manpower won't be the greatest in the world. Generally looking at all of Africa, this is what we call, well, it's occupied land, really. So first of all, you remember we have the recruitment law that says 1.5% of our population can be recruited.
Yep.
That works in our normal land, like in our core land. In all other lands, it's 1.5% out of minus 98%. So it's 1.5% of those 2%.
Wow.
So, but luckily, compliance is pretty goddamn good right here. So it's increasing that by 13.5%. So we're getting 1.5% out of 84.5%. So
Gotcha.
it's still a sizable chunk, because remember in UK, yeah, we have 2 million, we have 1.3 million, we have 1.4 million. Most areas in Africa, 4 million, 3 million, 6 million. And I think there's some massive areas further south. Yeah, but most of them have like 3-4 million. So even if we're not getting all of it, we're still getting a pretty goddamn good chunk. Like here, 19.95 million. So we're still gaining 24,000 monthly growth, and we're gaining a total of 52,444 recruit population. You can see at the very, very top, like how many you have recruited out of how many actually exist there. So I would pretty much say all our manpower we have is really because of our good compliance in Africa. As the UK, we probably go to local autonomy. It's going to require less men and less garrison everywhere right there. And it's going to increase the compliance gain. Like, we're not going to let them go in any kind of collaboration government, but we do want more compliance, so we get more factories and more manpower.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do that. So we're going to switch the overall law, which means any and all land we from now on occupy is going to automatically have the local autonomy law. This like... if I would change this one, you can see that this is like crossed over now, and this one, well, looks the same. But if I switch this one for back, for example, it would tell me, hey, want to change this special law you set manually? But we're going to switch this and change that. Good. Also from here, if you have any kind of different law, you can clear overrides.
Okay.
You just reset it back to that law. We are going to pick most likely field hospital, logistics, and probably military police. That will help and boost suppression values even higher, so require even less equipment to, well, manage your garrison and less manpower. So we're going to just make sure that all our resistance, all our garrison areas require as little as possible, so we can focus what we have
on
into
the front line.
The actual war machine. Yeah, but let's actually wait a tiny bit with that, since I do want to show off also scout planes, because that's also something we use before the entire war begins. So let's research that. So we're actually doing quite heavy air focus right now. 3 military factories, we have 1 to set up. I'm only going to set this temporarily on weapons. We're probably going to remove it. That one, and maybe 1 or 2 on artillery, just when all of these planes start to get researched, so we can actually start producing them ASAP. I'd rather have slightly lower production, but for a very long time, rather than just before the war begins, let's try to squeeze out as much as possible, because if we have factories assigned to it, slowly but steadily that efficiency will start rising. Intelligence agency, we are prepping infiltration of the army, which
Yeah,
will
we had some good
unlock
spies.
exactly. And we are trying to unlock the steel military blueprints. Maybe we can steal some nice tech from Germany. I really hope on their tanks, so we don't have to research it ourselves.
Right.
But otherwise, let's continue the game right now. Speed 5 even. Oof, finally. I've been looking forward to this moment for a long time. Going back to my home. So current war tension is 4.5%, which means we still can't go down a bit more militarized side of this. So we'll continue down right here, encourage colonial elites, so we get a research speed, but also unlocks all our training or all our development for our Commonwealth nation. So actually that's not going to matter too much since our infiltration army is right up again. So I was going to say we're going to assign our other spy into this area so we can build up a bit more spy network everywhere. But it's not going to matter too much since we're going to use both of them for operation, and while they're away on that operation, all our intel network is slowly but steadily going to tick down and disappear before they're back. So it's not going to matter too much. But yeah, it's going to take 75 days. And let's just hope they don't get captured, killed, or wounded, because that would actually ruin our plans.
I hope they'll be okay.
You can kind of see from this, if you just press right-click the nation, Intel Ledger, you'll get this kind of map mode where you can kind of see where the industry is very concentrated, and that would be super useful for us once we eventually want to bomb the shit out of them. We can see, this area looks very heavily invested in. Eastern Germany, there's where we'll focus our bombers, because that would make most room for them. And let's see, we can also see right here, like, since we have that Intel network, it currently gives us 16% information.
Right.
That's quite sizable. We have the total Intel 51%, but specifically from the Intel networks, that we have built up, gives us 16%. So we know some, like we know that they have 24 to 61 divisions. They have 1 special forces and how much manpower they have, but we have no clue about how much equipment they have. That requires 70%. Hopefully with some spy planes, we can increase it at least to 50-ish%, and that gives some more information. But really, where we are right now, it's still pretty good. It's a good outcome, and a bonus outcome is basically it went better than expected. So we have 25% chance of that, and it might give us some, since this is army, I'm pretty sure it can give us army experience, or the bonus outcome might be that we steal an entire tech rather than just a bonus for it.
Right.
I think it's slightly different. God, we've changed it so many times since the release. I can't remember. Let's see. Portugal seeks to purchase British ships. Ooh.
Wait, 1 civilian factory.
But I kind of want to keep my ships.
So how can you tell when it's a good deal? Like, what do you think a factory is worth? How many boats is a factory worth?
It depends on how much they want and what kind of boat. If it would be a couple of destroyers, yeah, it could be fine.
Right.
But I believe this deal implies more than a couple of destroyers. And one civilian factory can be nothing, but it can also be all the difference. Since that one civilian factory might mean that you can actually trade resources, and this one civilian factory can also be you're building 15 plus 1 or 15. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Sure, let's do it. Let's do it for the sake of it, and you see what happens. So we will receive 1 off-map civilian factory as payment once Portugal chooses a deal. So basically, they will say we want this, and we will say yes or no. I would actually like these to be proper troops. Like, I would like them to be our main kind of division. I don't want them to be any special, smaller. They're really, really bad divisions, like colonial troops. I don't even know if I want any on the map, in reality. Sometimes you can square off, just defend Africa. Like, it doesn't contain too many factories or too many resources where we own it personally. It's fine if they take it over. But right now, that's our main manpower. So I think I might want to actually keep it more defended than I usually do. Especially since we're trying to boost up the compliance right now.
We don't have to disband those men. We can upgrade them to new divisions that are trained.
Yes. Right up here, you can change the division template. So they might even be, they might have decent experience level right now, but since they'll be reinforced, added more battalions, they will lose some of it. But at
Gotcha.
least you will keep like the base core of it.
Okay.
There we go. Awesome. So we got those heavy fighters. Very nice. It's 36. Oh god, I'm pausing way too much. Let's just get no, Diane. No. Not necessary just yet. Not necessary just yet. Let's see. That's fine. We are maybe getting the anti-tank, but we can decide that later.
Okay,
The
we'll wait and see
anti-air.
what our spies find out first.
What?
Well, are we just going to wait and see what our spies find out first before we do our own research?
I want to give it 2 attempts or something to see if we can actually steal some tanks rather than researching this. And as a like backup plan, since we're focusing mostly on planes that are actually going to do strategic destruction upon them and defend those planes, we are going to get anti-air that's going to help against the enemy close air support that are more focused against the enemy army.
Okay.
And they also give a reasonable amount of piercing. So if you don't meet the heaviest of tank divisions, they're usually doing pretty good. So anti-air is like a light version of anti-tank, but they're also really good against air. Okay. So I would almost always recommend have anti-air in your divisions because they are cheap, they're good in many ways. So there's really not a downside to it, except that you, instead of having 5 different of support divisions or artillery pieces, you have to restrict one of them to anti-air. I'm going to show you my optimal division. Yeah, now it might get a bit too much information and too pedantic.
I was just going to say, do you want a bit of World War II my family lore when it comes to anti-air?
Do it.
This
is more important than playing the game.
Just saying, my grandfather used to man one of those. I don't know which one it is. I never found out. But obviously in Glasgow with the Clyde, and obviously we were being bombed, there was a lot of anti-air guns, and he was one of the people who manned those guns. I don't know which one it was. So, but that's yeah. So that was one of the things.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He lived. He didn't get bombed. FYI.
I don't remember what they decided on right now. I looked through everything, and I think I used to have it. Even though this is slightly ahead of time, like the base cost of this is 127 days, but we have some days saved. Basically, we haven't picked a tech, and we let the game run. You can save up to 30 days, so that's all good. But then we have the different research speed bonuses and everything like that. But still, it's 0.14. Like ahead of time, years ahead of time. So the cost is increased by 28%.
Gotcha.
It's not too much. And having this tech earlier just means our factories we currently have produce more, which means we can focus a bit more civilian and wait a bit with military. So in some cases, it might be good to just, it's fine. We can take this slightly ahead of time. It's all right. It doesn't matter. But if we would, for example, look at Heavy Fighters level 2, it's 3.14 years ahead of time, and it's plus 628%. So it's really this the curve of ahead of time really increases the longer you wait.
Yep.
Or the further ahead it is. There we go. Yep. So that current tech bonus we just got, it instantly applies right here, so you don't have to worry about it not applying anything. Like it's been 1 day, and it's already down additional 12. 13 days, something like that. We are going to help our Commonwealth allies build up a bit.
Yep.
Just getting them some early extra factories will help them more the earlier we get them. So we're going to do Commonwealth ties. We're going to make them happier with us, be friends with us, part of the empire that no longer part of the empire, but puppets now. Okay, cool. Let's see. How many more days left? 14 days. Come on. You can do that.
Come on, first time. Come on, spies.
Let's actually not keep it like this. Let's keep it like this. Come on. We can do this. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. No special. We did it. No bonus objective. Just plain out. We succeeded. We have an army token right now, which basically said we have some information. We have a, guy on the inside. And in the army, so he will help us do other things.
Cool.
So we finished the 3 bombers as well, and we could have started the production of both earlier when one of them were done, but let's just wait until. So I'm going to move one from artillery. We have a reasonable stockpile and one right there, which is now. This means we're currently upgrading old equipment. It's not that we're missing 4,000. It basically means we have 4,000 of these guns that are currently being upgraded to these. This doesn't mean that they are changing form or anything like that. They are still the same equipment. They're just being put in the stockpile instead of having these guys to the stockpile. So
Right.
they're just being basically replaced. But if you would lose more infantry equipment, these ones would be sent out again. It's just
Right.
they upgraded. But I'm fine with that. Like, okay, we have a good stockpile. We have 4,800. They are only of the poor weapon sort. So at least something back up with. But it's better than nothing.
So I have a question in regards to that. So when you're training your troops, do they always use the newest or lowest, newest or oldest weapon design?
They are using the weapons they have.
Okay.
You could technically, by doing some, I can actually very quickly show you. You can get into the different divisions. You can unselect certain amount of weapons to only use these. But we don't have enough to actually fill all our divisions with these guns, so some of them would be missing, which means missing training. So many people have requested a better system to handle that, like if training, always use the oldest equipment. But we haven't, unfortunately, had time to get there.
Okay.
I like that you noticed that, though. While tension is 6%, that means we can go down the bit more military focus time, which means as soon as we get to war, we are going to get 4 building slots and 4 military factories, so it gives technically nothing right now. It's going to give us stuff later. But it also goes down to getting the industry tech. We're going to research 2 pieces of industry much faster. 1 more research slot, which is like golden.
Yep.
But what almost more important, just because we are UK, like usually I say, if you have a research slot available in your focus tree, you get it.
Right.
But you gain 6 military factories right here. Our total number of military factories is 16, so that would be a pretty huge increase, and that would fill up. Let's do this. So it'd fill up that and almost fill up this. It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go down right there and get this. So our little Commonwealth nations, just wait a tiny bit. We're gonna try to get through you in 38, but in 37 UK needs to focus on UK. So France, allies. Yes, no.
Yeah. We should do that. We should come besties.
So France actually is kind of risking taking over the leadership of the allies. They need a bit more, need more manpower. They need, well, actually twice the amount of factories, but they have several other things we can't see right now. All of it checked off, so that's why it says 81%. That number is a bit weird, but just look at the numbers and ignore the percentage value.
So we're default in charge of the alliance then?
Yes.
Okay.
We're basically by historical reasons we're in charge right now.
Okay. Cool. And why would it be bad for us, for France, to become leader? What would we lose?
If France is the leader of the allies, it's their rules we follow, but they're also democratic, so it'd be fine. One that could be bad was they are the one in charge of war. If they want to call us in to a war, they would be the ones that do that. They could invite new faction members, and if they're a spy agency, they could become the spy master, which is actually something we're going to do right now. Since we have another major nation in the faction, we're going to click become spy master.
And we get another spy.
We're getting 1 more spy.
Yeah. That's
so we don't have to do all this research texts anymore, or agency upgrades, but we're still going to do them, because having 4 spies is better than 3 spies. That means we can use all those 3 on the blueprint operation, while keeping 1 spy in Germany, sustaining that intel network.
Oh, cool. How many spies can you have max? Some max
10.
Spies. 10. Wow, that's a lot of spies.
Yeah, but we kind of forgot that puppets exist in a way. Well, we tested it out, but if you kind of released more puppets than you already had and invited a bit few more allies, you could have like 26 spies, and that kind of broke the entire system. And with this pool of power right now, I don't think we have anything super crucial. We don't have enough war support or anything like that. I think it's time to, for example, invite some German scientists. So
All right.
let's see the big difference. So 249 days.
Invite.
What?
It's I like how you use the word invite instead of to give refuge. It's like invite them as if they're getting like a hand an envelope handwritten, you know, rather than being like you know, escape to us.
So it shrunk down another 10-15 days, so that's pretty good, and we're gonna do the same thing with next. We have operative slot, and you need to figure out the new name.
Oh Christ. Okay, let's see who we have first. Wait, who do you think? First of all, pick. What do you think? Well, that guy's got like brass knuckles and everything. David Seymour.
Was one of these? Yeah, this was already half German, so we might not need one more. But it could be nice to actually get a French one, since we're part of our alliance. We get some French, and if we wanna eventually, which we are gonna spy network build in France, it's gonna work a bit better.
Okay.
So linguist, tough, or infiltrator.
I think infiltrator.
And name. Remember, we already have big wee man and big wee
lady. How deep do you want to go down this rabbit hole? Let's give them a name that describes what they do. So this person has more intel. Well, what was this person's ability?
Infiltration.
Infiltration. Big infiltration man. Then. Does that fit? Okay, listen.
Just write whatever you want. Write whatever you want.
No, you go ahead. I would always name people what they are, so that it's easier for me to remember. So I'd be like, oh, that's the infiltration guy. So, infiltration man. Or infiltration wee man. Yeah, it's all good.
Actually, our other navy should have arrived over here. Yeah, in Malaya. Very nice. So what this navy, actually, let's assign an admiral right now.
Yeah, I just saw that we didn't have a little portrait there, so.
Yeah, they like super well fleshed out right there. UK, a billion different naval leaders and advice. They have also stuff, and they're really good.
Look how many medals Andrew Cunningham has. Look at that guy. He got medals all over his chest.
Exactly, he's a gunnery expert, he's bold, he is career officer, he's a blockade runner, and superior tactician. So I think we're gonna run with him, because we need our absolute best admiral right here to defend against potential, Japanese navy. And I would like...
How far out are our boats right now? Where are our boats? Oh, they're actually there? They're all there? Okay, cool.
All of these 153 are right here. So what I kind of would like you to do with them later, you can do two different... Actually, I'm gonna do that for you right now, because it can be a bit complex. I'm gonna create a new task force from this. I'm gonna put all battleships, all battle cruisers, all heavy cruisers. Should I take the light cruisers as well? Oh wait, all carriers, of course. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna take all the light cruisers as well, and all the subs. But then I'm gonna select this once again. No, not that one, goddammit. This one again, create a new task force. I'm gonna take all the submarines. So we have 3 different parts right now. One with all our destroyers. Okay, now I kind of regret it. Come on, get back right there, group together. All the heavy ships except the light cruiser and destroyers. There we go. So all of these heavy ships, they are gonna put on the strike force mission. Strike force basically means they're gonna stay in port until something happens. Like until a battle begins, and they were like, okay, let's get out there, because these cost a ton of fuel to keep on the sea. Big ships, lots of fuel. While the lighter ones, that are destroyers and light cruisers, they are going to be put on patrol. They're going to patrol these 3 regions, and if something happens, well, actually, they're going to be there. They're going to look for the ships. They're faster, they're more agile, and they will find the enemy for us. While our submarines, well, I'm gonna actually split them off completely from this, so we can actually set more individual. Did I? Yeah, I just split part the goddamn other name. Daniel. And those 29. Let's just reassign it not right there. Just move it right there. Thank you. You're still here. You're still put correctly. It's a bit finicky, naval stuff. And I know I'm going to see YouTube comments about me messing up right now. It is a bit finicky, but it works really well once everything is set up.
Right.
So let's see.
For people who don't know, I can't see Daniel's mouse on my screen, so therefore it just looks like the game is doing some magic shenanigans right now. I'm just like, alrighty.
So let's see. So these guys, lighter ships, the light cruisers and the destroyers, they're going to be on patrol later. The submarines, you are going to be split from this. Good. Because these guys, search and destroy. Okay, cool. Now everything's set up properly. These ships, that's the entire fleet. You select in the bottom right here the individual things, so you can give them separate orders.
Right.
And this guy, you are going to get, let's see, do we have a good submarine guy? I think we do somewhere. Let's see, battleship, gunnery. Well, we could just pick a bold one, but he has the old guard trait, so it's a bit slower. Shallow sea, actually, that works. That works. Yeah, sure. Cool. Let's pick him. So they are going to do convoy raiding. Basically, if Japan managed to... Actually, as soon as they go to war with us, we're going to put these guys on convoy raiding, probably around, like, something like this. We might want to split it into smaller sizes, like 11 each, so we can have one order in each of these, but somewhere around here to intercept the trade routes that Japan might have, or supply routes, or anything, just to harass them a bit. But for now, we're good where they are. So these guys, the lighter ships, put on patrol. The heavier ships, put on search and destroy. And these guys, put on convoy raiding. Okay, there we go. We have the next spy. A bit up to you. Want anyone special? Maybe a Indian?
I want a linguist. Let's do a linguist.
Yep.
Okay.
Linguist.
You click it. You do it.
I'm doing it. So we're going to put her currently on just spy network in Germany, please. Thank you. And then with the rest of operatives, we're going to do some steel blueprint. It's going to take 3 civilian factories for 30 days right now. So I guess that's produce the money, offer the bribe. You can, it's a bit role playing. And yeah, it's going to take 120 days. And once we've done this, we're going to have to reacquire that army token because we are spending it right now. So steel plans for random technology, they have research and we have not. This operation, might burn it, but count on it being burned.
We also have to rename our new spy because that's really important.
Oh, right.
She's gonna be you regret this and I love it. She's just gonna be wee speech lady because she's a linguist.
I think we have to kind of wrap it up right now.
And then I guess what do you think about next week? Next week, a little more tutorial, or should we just jump in?
I think we continue one more time with the tutorial, and then we'll let you play after that. But that time I'm gonna speed forward a bit faster and just set up the kind of bit of Air Force we do. Otherwise, we're gonna keep repeating many of the things we've done before, and we're about finished then for actually fighting a world war.
All right, I'm ready.
Well, actually, you will be doing, not you guys on chat.
No.
But otherwise, stay right here. We have the AO4 Dev Clash coming right up. But this is from us and the World War Wednesday. Thank you and goodbye.